Alright, the other week's video was setting up a Google Drive account for this week, and now what we're going to show you how to do is once you have an account, share documents and or folders with other people. Okay, so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to create a folder, because I don't know how many documents I'm actually going to use for this project, so I want to make sure I have a place to put all of them that the person has access to, rather than having to give them access to each of the files separately. So I'm going to create a folder. And we'll call it video project or video presentation, because maybe we're going to make a video presentation for this project. Okay, I spelled it wrong, but I'm just going to click create rather than fix it. Alright, so that folder now appears in my Google Drive right here. And all you do to share a folder is you simply right click on it. A little pop-up's going to come up and you choose share. Okay, and then you can send it to an email collaborator, which means basically you just give them, you type in their email address, and then they access it that way. Or you can share it with people who have Google Gmail addresses, and you can be a little bit more specific on what you want to do. So I'm going to put Gail's address in here, and that's going to give her access to that whole entire folder, and it'll also send her an email if I leave this button checked here saying notify her that she has access to the folder. Okay, so I'm going to click save and share. Okay. If I was using the email collaborators, I'd probably want to change it from private to only people who have a link. You also have this link up here that you can email people like Gail directly and say, here's a direct link to the folder. But when Gail goes into her side, she's actually going to see over here on the left where it says shared with me. If she clicks on that, she'll see the folder called video presentation already there for her to access. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to go up here and create a document, because what I want to show you also is how you can collaborate on a document at the same exact time. So in this case it's a word processing document, but it could be a Google presentation, so like a PowerPoint-like presentation that several students needed to work on at the same time. So it's taking a second. My machine's slow while I'm running this capture software. So if I double click up here where it says unentitled document, I can name the document, and so I'm going to call this one, as soon as it comes up, storyboard. And then Gail is going to very shortly join me in this storyboard so we can both brainstorm ideas but not be in the same room. Alright, so storyboard, click OK. And what you see right now is you see that I'm in here and I can say scene 1. Okay, I'm going to describe scene 1 there. Also, over here on this right-hand side, we can see that it's shared. We can also see that it says one other viewer now, and I click on that, and it says pink. It's Gail Precefessa. Now, you can see that Gail's typing in there in scene 1, and she's going to give us a partial description of that. She's going to work on scene 2 while I'm working on scene 1. And so I can describe this typical middle school classroom, and while I'm typing there, she can start working on the elementary section, which is scene 2, or she's describing what's happening in that one. So you can see that we're both editing the document at the same time. If you don't want to make changes in your document to talk to the other person before you put them, you can come over here to this right-hand pane, and there's a chat window where I can say, Gail, what do you think, or where do you think we should film this? Okay, and then I hit enter. That comment goes over there, and then Gail can respond to that comment there. Those chat window comments don't actually go into the document, and they're not saved there. But you can have a conversation. So if there's 4 students working at home on a project, they can chat in the chat window while they're working on the presentation of the document on the left, so that they know a little bit about what each person is doing. So hopefully she's typing a little chat message back to us right now so that you can see that. So she says, let's film and go on. So you can see where the other person is editing. They come in different colors. You can mouse over to see who did it. Okay. All changes are automatically saved. So as soon as we exit this document and go back to our folders, we'll see the storyboard there. I'm exiting. It doesn't mean she is. She could still be working on it right now. So it takes multiple users and simultaneously allows them to edit a document. So that's how you share with Google Drive. You can share an entire folder's worth of documents by giving the share rights to the folder, or you can pick a specific document and just share that with another person. And then when they go into shared with me, what they see are all the documents that anyone else has shared with them. And then it tells you who. Like you can see I have one that Kristen Lombardi shared with me, one Gail, one Adrian. Okay, so it tells you who's sharing that document with you. That's sharing documents with Google Drive.